Hello everybody. So it's Leaves Day today on the moon phase calendar, and it is absolutely freezing cold outside. So I decided that I would do my work inside in the dining room. So what I'm doing is I have a lot of seedlings, and as you can see here, I've got a lot of leggy, very, very leggy seedlings. That's my fault. The reason why they're like that is because when I put them in under the grow lights, it was actually quite warm and they grew very, very fast in the first, when they germinated, they grew really, really fast in the first couple of days. And that's the result of them getting leggy. I then took them out into the greenhouse thinking that they might be okay and they might slow down, and they haven't, because then we got some more mild weather. And so as a result, this is what I've ended up with. And this is my lettuce as well. The lettuce isn't too bad actually. So what I'm doing is, because I'm sowing as well today on Leaves Day, I'm sowing some more, what am I sowing? I'm sowing some more Asian greens. I'm sowing some more, one more lettuce today, and I'm just looking what I've got here. I've got some celery in front of me. I've got some mitsuna, and downstairs I've already got a tray of Asian greens that I potted out yesterday, and my little brassicas, which is good. Oh, and I sowed some brassicas. Did I say brassicas? I don't remember whether I said sowed brassicas. So I just wanted to do, as I was doing this, I thought, this might make a good video to show people. When you get, excuse me, leggy seedlings like this, when they look like this, don't panic, because 9 times out of 10, you can save them. And I have a tray here right in front of me, actually, that I've been potting these into, or pricking them out, let's say. I went off the whole idea of pricking out for a long time. And I used to grow all of my little seedlings in things like these Charles Dowding trays here. And they're really, really good. But I was finding that I was actually having to prick out of these as well. So I kind of thought, okay, what am I doing this for? This is a waste of time. So I've gone back to this method now. And I'm going to prick out, like here are my lettuces again. I've gone back to this method, and I'm pricking out anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. And the whole idea with pricking out is that you can then work, get them from that long leggy stage to a reasonable stage of, of seedling, so that they're not actually just like this all the time. So what I do, and as you can see, these ones look much better. All right, let's start from the beginning. So I'm putting them, the first thing is I'm putting them into these cells here, into these trays. These trays, I've never used these before. These are from Container Wise. They're exactly from the same place that I get my Charles Dowding trays. But if you look at the size of these Charles Dowding cells here, and then you look at the difference in the bigger cells, there's quite a bit of difference actually, and a fair bit of depth as well. And these are the Container Wise 40 cells, and these are not their deep ones. These are what I think they call them, the medium ones. I've got them in my Amazon shop. If you're interested in having a look, you can have a look below and you'll see them in my Amazon shop. They do all different sizes. Here's one here. This is a 20 as well. Very nice. The whole thing with this is this stuff is never going to biodegrade. So you're going to have this for ages and ages and ages. And they don't break, which is fantastic. Same as with the Charles Dowding ones. Also another great thing about these is they've got really big holes in the bottom, so you can just push, oh, get my finger stuck. You can just push everything out of it. So that is absolutely fantastic as well. Now, they're not cheap. If you buy them, anyhow, I'll let you have a look. Go onto the Amazon store and you can have a look. Container-wise, the actual company, Container-wise, here in the UK, it's containerwise.co.uk. You can buy these from them as well. It works out a little bit cheaper, but you have to have minimums of a certain amount. And I think this 41, the minimum was you had to buy 5 trays. So that's something to take into account as well. But like I said, they're not going to biodegrade like all this other plastic, this flimsy plastic. See this plastic here? That falls apart. Yes. So compost. For my seed sowing, I use the Levington professional grade compost for my seed sowing. And it's expensive, but it is absolutely fantastic for germination. If you want, 100% germination on fresh seed, then you will get it in this stuff. When I come to doing this and I come to actually pricking out and transplanting, I just use a general multi-purpose. So it's a bit rough and ready. There's quite big bits in it, and I kind of like to use my hands. So when they're quite dirty. When I put them in, when I put the in the tray, that's fine. But when it comes to dibbing a hole, I always make sure I use something, because there are actually really big bits of wood in there, and I don't want them stuck under my fingernail. So yeah, I think just a general multi-purpose. I could use the seed sowing compost as well, but gee, that starts to get really expensive, and we're not made of money. So I leave that specifically for when I sow seeds. And when I start pricking things out, all this compost in here, I put it back. I've got 2 trugs here. I've got one of each. The multi-purpose and the Levington. I then put it back in and I reuse it, because it's got quite a lot of nutrients in it, this compost. So what do? I just get myself this is my marker when I do my tags. I make a hole like so. Then I get my little trusty dipper, which is a knife, as you can see, and I just take these out, take this little one off there. There's your seedling. It's long and leggy. Now I've worked out the depth of these with these seedlings that I've been doing. And then all I do is I bend it. I put my finger about halfway along the seedling there. I bend it into the actual compost, do this, and this little bit here with the root, that then folds over. I'll put a little bit of this compost on top, and that's it. They don't usually snap. Sometimes they do. If I'm not really careful, I'll snap it off. I won't really think about it. And once you've snapped the stem, that's it. Get rid of the seedling. It's not really going to work. And there it is. Hang on, let me just turn this around so you can see. That long seedling is now that one there. And they work, because I will go downstairs after. When I take this tray down, I'll go downstairs and I will show you the ones that I did 2 days ago. If they last overnight, it means you've done a good job and you haven't snapped them. So if they don't last overnight, it means that you haven't done a very good job and that you've snapped them. The only other way that you could snap one is, let me just get this one here. Take a bit of this soil off. First of all, grabbing it by the stem. Try not to do that. But the only other way you can snap them, and I'm not going to sacrifice this for the sake of a video, is when you get your fingers and you start pressing down into the soil or the compost. If you start pressing too close to the stem, you will definitely snap them. So these, by the way, are Komatsuna. I've done my red pak choi yesterday. Oops, sorry, it's stuck in there a bit more. And I did my tatsoi because I've just sown, there's another leggy one. I've just sown some more tatsoi at the beginning here of January because I want just one more succession before it gets too warm for the summer. Because in the summer we don't really do Asian greens in the summer. Asian greens like cool weather. So I did another lot of tatsoi. Tatsoi. I'm going to do another lot of tatsoi at the end of the month. I'll just show you this one here. There, look. That's broken. That's gone. Oops. So I'm going to just do, so I said to you this was a 40 tray. I'm going to do 20 Komatsuna, and then I will fill the rest of the tray with some lettuce that I've got. And Bob's your uncle. So there you go. I did kind of work this out myself. Did you bend? No. Break. Did you break? No. Good. I used to do this. I do this all the time with brassicas, by the way, because brassicas are really bendy. Really bendy. They're great. And so then I thought, okay, let's try it with lettuce. It works with lettuce as well. And so then I thought, okay, now it's time to try it with Asian greens and see what happens with Asian greens. And because Asian greens are quite brittle and it works. You've got to be careful. Of course, you've got to be careful. But that one's a good one. Just squash that down a bit there. Oh, we'll use a bit of this compost instead. You've got to be careful. Of course you do. And my hands are a bit kind of stubby, so I'm not really that careful. But that one's a bit of a dud. I'll leave that. I've already got 5, 10. I've nearly got 15 here already, which is good. Oh, forgot to dib a hole, see? That's no good. Don't forget to dib your holes. You can see it's quite tough, this compost, to get into. There we are, look at that. Just lie you down. There. Yay. Look at that. These grow really fast. And then I'm going to put these under lights downstairs in my grow tents that I've got. I've got one tent for kind of germination, and then I've got another tent for these little babies here until they become a decent size. And then when they become a decent size, they then come up here and they go in my south-facing window. I've got some brassicas there at the moment, which I'm wanting to get a little bit of a wriggle on so I can get out. But the weather has turned, so it's gone really cold. And even though these brassicas are going to go under cover, it's still quite cold to be putting them out. That's not really fair, is it? Oh, that was a good one. Another one. I do like Komatsuna. That one, see that one bent? it broke, it's gone. Toodaloo. I've got enough here to finish. Yeah, Komatsuna. It's a really nice Asian green. It's got much bigger leaves than the tatsoi, even though I think tatsoi is probably our favorite. And then pak choi will probably be the next on the list. But this stuff is really great. I also just sowed, I think I said earlier, I just sowed some Mitsuna as well, because it's a really, really tough leaf for this time of year. It likes cold weather, doesn't like the warmth. So we grow quite a lot of it at this time of the year as well. And I've done that, I usually kind of broadcast it in big pots, but I've done them in cells now. I'm going to prick them out. I'm kind of getting used to this pricking out business again. I mean, it's not that time consuming. It's all right. A couple here. What have I got? 2 left. Let's pick some nice ones. Yeah, you're a goodie. In you go. Yeah. It's fine. One more left. Let's get one of these ones. Oh, I didn't think I was ever going to get these things pricked out. I'd been putting them off so much. There we are. 20. So, from that, we have got that. So much nicer. Not only do they look nicer, but it's actually better for the actual plant. Because if you've got a really leggy plant and you're watering it constantly and the stems are kind of, you know, flopping around all the time, it's not good for the stems, believe me. And it's not good for the plant. It just weakens everything in the plant. So you are so much better off to do this pricking out and, you know, and potting them on like this, because like I said, it doesn't take long, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to do the next section with some lettuce. Hope that's helped. I'm Susie B from Susybliving, and I will see you soon. Bye. So here is that tray that I said I would show you. So these are my little brassicas that I've done. And you can see that some of the true leaves are starting to come on them. They're fine. Even that little one there's fine. So they're good. No deaths. Very happy. And that's the way we do it.